So this is the third Ghana Research Industry Collaborative Forum, or GRIC Forum. It brings together researchers from across Ghana's applied research institutions like CSIR, higher education institutions, universities, technical universities, researchers who have done research that could be commercially viable or that businesses could use to create products or services that could be useful for society and also profitable. And the goal of the forum is to explore how we can get more research out of labs and out of shelves into businesses and into our country so that we can have more profitable businesses, more innovative businesses, and more impact.
So one of the issues that was raised had to do with commercialization of research. Where is the gap in Ghana? How do we address that?
So there are a lot of efforts to increase commercialization in Ghana. For example, GRIC as a platform helps researchers to put their research into industry-friendly language. So take out all the scientific terms and use regular language so people understand what the research is and what it can do for a business. And also to include with that information about the business case for the research. How can a business actually use this research to make money? And then we organize industry briefings. These industry briefings are sessions where we invite relevant businesses and other organizations who could use a specific research to hear about it so that they can decide whether they want to use it or not. And finally, we do technology transfer advice. This is where we have specialists that can advise the researcher and the business. How do you structure an agreement between the researcher and the business to be able to actually see that business using the research? So far, we've had over 100 research put into industry-friendly formats. We've had about 12 research briefings where 12 really great research has been presented to over 600 businesses. And we've had a good number of those businesses express interest in using the research. And we have about 6 cases where businesses are actually working with researchers commercializing. So we are beginning to see some progress. And even before our efforts, there have been a lot of efforts by other institutions, the CSIR and others to commercialize research. So what we are doing is just augmenting what's already going on in the ecosystem.
How different are you expecting this year's edition to be from previous years?
So this is the third year. In the previous years, the very first year, we just looked at what's the problem and what are some potential solutions. Year 2, we brought some of the solutions to the market, like the industry brief sessions. Year 3, we actually have cases of commercialization. So you can see how, starting off by just saying, okay, we have a problem, how do we solve it? We've been able to build on it. And we are hoping that year 4 and 5 and onwards, we'll see more scaling of solutions. Now we'll be looking at not 6 research works, but 20, 100, many research works that are commercially viable, that are being used by businesses.
So, which areas are we looking at in terms of the research where the success stories are?
So a lot of the research is related to agriculture, agri-processing, and I think that's because of the nature of our economy. We have some research that's using artificial intelligence to do things like traceability in the cocoa value chain.